Hello everyone, welcome, bienvenue. Merci de prendre le temps de faire cette pratique. Donc ça va être une pratique un peu plus dynamique, more of a fiery flow. So let's get going right away. You'll need actually just one block. You'll need one block at least if you have both good. And we'll meet lying down on our mats to begin. You can bend into your knees and set your feet the width of the mat. Et laissez tomber les genoux naturellement un vers l'autre. Your knees might not touch, but that's completely fine. The idea is to lean them in towards one another. Vos bras allongés le long du corps, les épaules lourdes de chaque côté. Et prenez quelques souffles pour arriver sur votre tapis. Perhaps taking in a bit longer inhales and longer exhales. And we'll take a couple of cleansing breaths here. Inspirez par le nez. Ouvrez la bouche, expirez. Again, inhale. Open your mouth, let go, exhale. Last one. Je vous souhaite une excellente pratique aujourd'hui. On va commencer en faisant des essuie-glaces avec nos jambes. So letting your knees drop to one side and then the other. Sometimes this is a really nice little bum and lower back massage at the same time. Et la prochaine fois que les genoux arrivent à droite, restez ici. Your arms can come out in a T. An option to stack your right heel over your left knee if you want to go a bit deeper in the twist. Et le regard peut se poser sur la main gauche. Restez connecté avec votre souffle. And go ahead and drop that right foot back down and then come back in through center. Inhale. Exhale to the left. Same thing on this side. Option to stack your left heel over the right knee et de déposer votre regard sur la main droite. À tout moment, vous pouvez également fermer vos yeux and really listen to what your body is feeling from the inside as opposed to looking at how the postures look from the outside. Relâchez le pied gauche, come back through center and place your feet shoulder or hip width distance. Déplacez le talon gauche par-dessus le genou droit and come to interlace your hands behind your right thigh. Reclined pigeon, figure 4. Your toes of your left foot are pulled back, so there's a flexion here. And an option to take it with or without movement, whatever feels best. And then go ahead and let go of your hands and come to glide your left knee over the right. Dans la posture de la tête de vache sur le dos, venez attraper les pieds opposés. And if you'd like here to test it out, roll up and down a couple of times on your mat. And you'll land in cow face pose, knees stacked one above the other. Option d'allonger la jambe du dessous si c'est trop intense. You can either choose to stay here or lean forward to go a bit deeper in the sensation. Find your edge and let's take 2 full breaths here. If you're folded forward, walk yourself back up into a seat, Navasana, boat pose of your choice. Knees can be bent or legs extended. Belly in, present your chest upwards. Relâchez la mâchoire et respirez. Avec la prochaine expiration, vous allez plaquer le bas du dos sur le sol. And inhale, come back into bow. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Twice more. Inhale, lower. Exhale. Dernière fois. And come back, boat pose. Hold it here. 3, 2, and 1. Drop your lower back and then release completely on the floor. Take a breath here and notice already the sensations in your body. Et on se rencontre dans le chiffre 4 de l'autre côté. Genou gauche plie, talon droit par-dessus le genou, entrelacé derrière les mains, derrière la cuisse. Et avec ou sans mouvement, you can explore here what feels best for you. Prenez un autre souffle complet. And then release your hands, crisscross your right knee completely over the left. Attrapez la tranche externe des deux pieds. And very slowly start to rock up and down if it's possible here for you. And we'll meet in cow face pose, right knee over left. I like to press down onto my heels so that I can align here and feel my sitting bones really anchored. Again, option to lengthen your bottom leg if it's too much in your hips, or you can lean forward here. Once you've found your edge, not pain, but edge, stay here for 2 full breaths. Remontez vers un siège assis et tout de suite Navasana, le bateau. Genoux pliés ou jambes allongées et on tient. Vraiment, c'est comme une poitrine fière. Donc, press your chest up a little bit. Et venez plaquer le bas du dos sur le sol et remontez. 2 autres. Plaquez le bas du dos. Remontez. Dernière fois. Et tenez dans votre bateau. Encore 5, 4, 3, 2, et 1. Plié dans les jambes, passez par-dessus, tabletop. Vos 4 points d'ancrage, hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. And right away, tuck your toes here and come to float your knees a couple of inches off the ground. And let's take your cat-cows here. So inhale, gaze up, drop your belly. And then exhale, round your back. So instead of knees down, float them. If this is not working for you, then option to drop them down. 2 more full cycles. Last one. Come back through neutral. Press your heels down and back, Adho Mukha. So since it's the first down dog of the practice, you can feel free to pedal it out. Et on se retrouve dans un chien tête baissée immobile, plus stable. Vous allez plier dans les genoux et envoyer vos hanches derrière. So you're kind of coming in a floating child's pose. Inhale here. Exhale, step into lizard pose. Inspirez dans un enfant flottant. Expirez lézard, jambe droite. Inhale back into child's pose. Exhale, step your left foot on the outer edge of the mat. Inhale, child's pose. And exhale, right foot on the outer edge. Let's do that once more each side. And next time you step your right foot in lizard, stay there and drop your left knee on the ground. Whew, I hope that created a bit of heat in your body. If you have blocks, you can take one here. And if it's accessible here in your hips, especially forearms can come down on the block or on the floor. And you can roll onto the right outer edge of your foot to sink your hips down even more. Hold here for 1 more full breath. Walk your hands back onto the mat, your foot as well. Tuck your toes behind, inhale. Step Malasana, exhale. Fondez les hanches, les coudes à l'intérieur des genoux. And feel that you're really rooting down in your feet. Donc, vous allez pousser le sol un tout petit peu pour venir engager les fessiers. Prenez une autre inspiration. Et expiration. Bout des doigts au sol, soulevez les hanches et marchez vos pieds largeur des hanches. Inspirez dos long. Expirez, fondez. Poussez dans les pieds, montez les bras jusqu'en haut. Exhale, samastitihi. Mountain pose, release. Going for another flow right away. Inhale, arms up. Fold forward, exhale. Flat back, inhale. Hands on the floor, step back in your plank. Hold your plank here. Strong belly, so belly in. Active legs. And see if you can press the ground a little bit more to round your upper back. You might want to smile to make sure you're not holding too much tension in your face. And on your next out breath, place your knees on the floor. And we will take 3 chaturanga push-ups here. Bend in your elbows, send them back, and then push back up. So you really want to magnetize your elbows inwards, activating your triceps. 1 more. And then this time, go all the way down onto your belly for 3, 2, and 1. Open up your heart, baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Take a full breath here. And come to float your child's pose here. So you can open up your knees off to the side. Sink your hips, same thing, inhale. Step forward, right foot, exhale, lizard. Step back, child's pose, inhale. Float your left foot, lizard, exhale. Step back, float your child's pose. Encore 2 fois, marchez le pied droit, lézard. Dernière fois. And stay here, lizard pose with your left foot forward. Right knee comes down. Puis prendre un bloc si vous voulez et déposer vos avant-bras sur le bloc ou sur le tapis ou gardez les mains. Puis rouler sur la tranche externe du pied gauche, so letting your left knee fall off to the side. Take another deep breath in and out. And all variations, meet back onto your hands. Tuck your toes behind, inhale. Squat, exhale at the top of the mat, malasana. Again, pressing the ground away just a little bit to really engage our legs. Press your elbows inside your knees. Inhale. And fold forward, exhale. Heel toe your feet shoulder width apart. Dos long, inspirez. Fold back, exhale. Root to rise, inhale. Hands at heart center, exhale. Release, mountain pose. Take 1 full breath here. Next breath in, arms come up. Expirez, plongez devant Uttanasana. Inspirez, dos long. Plant your hands, step or hop back in plank. Hold your plank. Weight comes down on your heels. Belly is strong and in. Inspirez. Déposez les genoux au sol. Expirez. 3 push-ups. Pliez dans les coudes. Envoyez les coudes derrière. Et repoussez le sol. Twice more. Bend halfway. And press the ground. Last one. And then go all the way down to the ground in 3, 2, and 1. Open up, maybe cobra this time. Exhale, down dog or child's pose, whichever one fits best, for 2 full breaths. On your next breath in, lift your right leg up and back. Bending your knee, open up your hip. Try to root down evenly in both hands. Take a breath in. Step into lizard, exhale. Keep your left knee floating off the ground. Press perhaps even more so in your left heel. Lower belly is really strong. Inspirez. et déposez le talon gauche au sol, side angle pose. Left arm comes above your head. Option to place your forearm on your thigh or all the way down or on a block. Étirez le flanc gauche du corps. Et inspirez, montez dans un guerrier 2. Alignez les talons. Make sure that you're really feeling opposite forces here in your hands, pulling your hands far apart. Inhale. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, right arm up. Inspirez. Et expirez. Guerrier 2. Pivotez pour faire face à l'avant. So you come into a high lunge. Option to keep your arms up or place them on your hips, whichever. And we're going to get ready to bounce at the top of the mat with your left knee into your chest. If you need to bounce and use your hands, not a problem. Crisscross your left ankle on top of the right knee, coming into a standing pigeon stretch. Bend in your right knee as if you were coming down in a chair, and maybe if there's space, your right elbow will come on the inside of your right foot et le coude gauche sur le genou gauche. Travaille l'équilibre, trouvez un point de focus et aussi l'étirement ici. Commencez à vous rediriger vers le haut, genoux dans la poitrine, guerrier 3, warrior 3. Press your heel back, align it to the crown of your head. Inhale, and step all the way back, high lunge. Exhale. Take a full breath in and out. Main de chaque côté du pied droit, genou poitrine. Keep your knee into your chest. Pigeon pose, right knee behind right wrist, and glide your left leg back. Once you've found a sensation that works for you in the stretch, so I like to pull my hip back, so my right hip back, and press my left hip forward. And if that feels all right, then you can come onto your forearms. And another variation would be to place the block under your bum here to support. And take 2 full breaths here. And we'll be back onto our hands, marchez les mains, retroussez les orteils derrière, step back plank. Option for vinyasa with your knees down or not. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up. Use this time in down dog to listen to the sound of your breath, engagé ujjayi. Prochaine inspiration, soulevez la jambe gauche, ouvrez la hanche, pliez dans le genou. Point your knee to the ceiling, press down in both hands. Inhale, and step lizard pose. Exhale. Stay here, press a little bit more in your right heel, tuck your lower belly in. Inspirez. Side angle pose, exhale, right heel comes down, right arm lifts, and you can also come and place your left forearm on your thigh. Prenez un autre souffle. Montez dans un guerrier 2. Inspirez, align your heels, bend in your knee. Lower belly is really hard and active. Inspirez. Renversez votre guerrier, expirez. You can gaze up. 1 full breath here. Repassez par votre guerrier 2. Pivot to face the front of the mat so you're in a high lunge. Get your drishti. So find your drishti, which is a point of focus. And once you feel focus, hop to the top of the mat with your right knee into your chest. And then without using your hands, place your right heel over your left knee, so just above the knee on the fleshy part. Et commencez à plier dans le genou gauche pour peut-être appuyer le coude droit sur le genou et le coude gauche à l'intérieur du pied gauche. You might notice that one side is not as flexible as the other. Commencez à remonter vers le haut. Warrior 3, hands can stay at heart center or go on your hips. Inspire. High lunge, expire. Take one full breath here. And drop your hands to the ground, knee to chest. Inhale. And set up for your pigeon pose. Exhale, left knee behind your left wrist. And glide your right leg behind. I like to check to make sure it's aligned. Pull your left hip back, right hip forward. So I don't know if you can see, but there's a little tilt here. And if you feel like there's space to go onto your forearms or place your head down, go for it. 2 full breaths. Let's meet back, hands on the floor. Soulevez les orteils et le genou derrière. Marchez en planche. Your choice of a vinyasa, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha. One full breath. You can inhale through your nose. Ouvrez la bouche, expirez. Soulevez la jambe droite derrière. Ouvrez la hanche, pliez dans le genou. Take your breath in. And this time, exhale into pigeon pose. So right knee behind the right wrist, and then glide backwards. Stay in an active pigeon, pressing down into your right tibia in the floor. Lower belly strong. Perhaps your hands come on your hips or at heart center. One more breath here. Wherever you are, hands come back on the floor. Let your right hip fall to the side and come to wrap or bring your left leg forward. Fire log pose, stacking your left heel just above the right knee and then aligning your left knee just above the right heel. It's very possible here that your left knee might be really up, in which case your blocks will come and assist you here, or a couple of pillows can work as well. If ever you're feeling great here, then feel free to dive forward. If this sensation is a lot, I encourage you to bring your breath into where the sensation is most prevalent, en essayant de calmer un peu ce qui pourrait être l'inconfort que vous ressentez en ce moment. Super. Vous pouvez remonter dans un siège assis et on va se préparer pour Astavakrasana, so 8 angle pose. The first step will be to take your left leg here, hand on your foot and left hand on your knee, and you can start to move your leg organically. You can even cradle your leg here, so I like to place my foot in the arch here of my elbow and then kind of cradle from side to side. So wherever you are, the idea is that you want to find fluidity and perhaps like remove any blockages. And then once you're feeling pretty good here, let's start. I'll show you 2 ways of getting into it. The first one is with a block. So you can place a block at the center of your mat, and I'm going to start going from the right side. So kind of leaning my right bum on the block. Put it back a little bit. Naturally, I have my left knee up and my right knee falls out a bit to the side, and I'm going to stack my right ankle on top of my left. I am then going to place my hands, or rather I am placing my hands. One goes on the inside of that hole created by your knees and the other on the outside. L'idée est d'avoir les mains plutôt la distance des hanches ou des épaules. Une fois que vous avez ça, étape 1, first step, de plier dans les coudes et de pencher vers l'avant. Deuxième étape, c'est de peut-être allonger un peu les jambes, donc de marcher les jambes plus vers l'avant du tapis. Bend in your elbows, send them back, and maybe you lift your legs up by squeezing your legs into your bicep or into your arm. The third little variation here will be to repeat that second one, so squeezing your legs onto your arms, bend in your chaturanga arms here, lift your legs, and with your hands, push the floor away pour pouvoir soulever les hanches du tapis. Try those, or without block. Donc, sans le bloc, j'aime commencer en prenant ma jambe, trouver de l'espace, basculer. To come here to hook my leg up as high as possible onto my shoulder or my bicep and to squeeze. So really that activation of squeezing. And I keep on pressing my left bicep into my thigh. So I'm never losing that connection to my thigh. Après, je vais mettre ma cheville droite par-dessus ma gauche. Hands are about shoulder width apart. Press the ground up, squeeze your legs into your bicep, and then bend, send your elbows back, lean forward. And the nice thing here is that you're not really far from the ground, so if you were to fall, probably won't hurt too bad. Great job. So wherever you are, keep on practicing that. If you're done with this, let's meet in child's pose. Nice thing about YouTube videos is that you can pause at this point and keep on practicing Astavakrasana if you'd like. All right, so take a couple of really deep breaths. Perhaps flip your palms up to release your wrists. Et remarquez comment vous vous sentez. Peut-être physiquement, mais aussi émotionnellement. Est-ce que vous êtes fier, frustré, confus? Whatever it is that you're feeling, please remember that it's okay. All right, we're going to meet in downward dog. Hands come flat on the ground. Lift your hips up. Inspirez pour soulever la jambe gauche. Ouvrez la hanche pliée dans le genou. Inhale. And pigeon pose. Exhale, knee behind your left wrist. Glide your right leg out behind. Pigeon actif. Donc, on peut une sensation que le genou gauche tire vers l'arrière et que la hanche droite pousse vers l'avant. Donc, ça crée une petite différence ici dans l'action. Press down to maybe float your hands up. Connect to your Ujjayi breath. Remarchez les mains sur le tapis. Laissez le fessier gauche se déposer au sol. Fire log. Come and stack your right ankle on top of your left knee. Left ankle under your right knee. Again, place a block if you need, or go forward if there's space. Remarchez les mains vers vous. Venez vous asseoir. Et trouvez ce qui vous fait du bien ici. So you can cradle however you'd like. Déloger les tensions, trouver un peu plus de liberté dans vos hanches. OK, on va se préparer pour l'autre côté. Block can come at the center of your mat. And this way I'm getting to my block from the left side. Super. Venez placer le talon gauche par-dessus le droit. Main au sol, environ largeur des épaules. And the first step here to bend in your elbows and lean forward. Restez ici ou allongez les jambes vers l'avant ou l'arrière du tapis, peut-être cette fois-ci, so that you start to feel a little bit of a squeeze of your legs into your arms. Si c'est accessible, plongez un peu plus loin devant et venez flotter les jambes. Troisième option, c'est de répéter, mais de plier encore plus dans les bras, so even stronger chaturanga. Arms, lift your legs, and maybe by pushing your hands in the ground, you lift off the block. Vous pouvez continuer à pratiquer ces trois options ou suivez-moi dans l'autre façon d'approcher la posture. Vous pouvez placer le plus haut possible le genou droit sur l'épaule, so as high up as possible. Really create that grip, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Right hand down, left hand down. Stack left ankle on top of right. Créez une sensation de suction or pressure from the right bicep to your thigh. Press up, squeeze your legs, lean forward. So it's a bit more of a combined action. The squeeze of your legs into your bicep is really important. And then it's practice, 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 and patience, patience, patience. So keep on practicing that wherever you are. Pause the video if you need, and we'll meet back in child's pose. Prenez une dernière respiration dans l'enfant. Et on va se retrouver sur le ventre en sphinx. Avant-bras sur le tapis, hips come down. Elbows slightly forward of your shoulders. Press down in your feet. Lift your kneecaps off the floor. Hips press in the ground. Lower belly strong. And then energetically pull your hands towards you. Lots of activations here to protect the lower back. Gaze up. Lift your chin. Inhale. Chin to chest, exhale. Soulevez le regard et le menton, inspirez. Et sans perdre le sphinx, expirez, le menton à la poitrine. Last time. Revenez dans le neutre, ouvrez les coudes sur le côté, déposez le front au sol. You can cactus your right arm on the floor, fingertips of the left hand beside your mat, right ear down. Roll onto your right side, float your left leg up to stretch your right shoulder and pec. And you can arrange or play with your arm here pour être sûr que la sensation d'étirement est vraiment présente dans le pectoral droit. Repassez par le centre. Et préparez tout de suite le bras gauche en cactus. Roulez sur le côté gauche du corps. Flottez la jambe droite derrière. Profitez de l'étirement. Repassez sur le ventre. And then roll all the way onto your back. Your right arm can come forward. Roll onto your back. Et apportez vos genoux à la poitrine, so giving yourself a knee squeeze here. You can exhale by opening your mouth to release anything that no longer serves you. If there's one last posture that would feel nice in your bodies to balance it out, go ahead. Otherwise, vos jambes peuvent venir s'allonger sur le sol for a short and sweet Shavasana. Hands either on your bellies or along your side body. And see if you can take a couple of controlled breaths here, breathing in and out an equal amount of time. Je vous suggère même peut-être de compter jusqu'à 4, 5 ou 6 pour garder votre souffle équilibré. Vous pouvez continuer à inspirer et expirer de manière égale. You can also choose to stay in your Shavasana longer. If you're ready to end practice, hands can come at heart center. Take a moment here, perhaps of gratitude. Gratitude for your bodies that allows us to try all sorts of crazy things and to learn from all of those experiences and all of those postures. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. Merci à vous tous pour avoir pratiqué aujourd'hui. Please take a longer Shavasana if you have time, and I will see you soon.